So we're going to get started now. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to GBO, those of you who are guests, and welcome members from all over the world. We have lots of people here today. I'm very happy for that. I would like to welcome you all from London, from Dublin, from all places in Spain, from Amsterdam, Rotterdam, Milano. So welcome all. And also we have some guests today. So special welcome to you to this first GBO meeting for you. Today we are going to have a guest speaker presentation. We have 3 guest speakers. Special thanks to you, Sascha, Rodolfo, Guillermo, and Andrew, who is not yet here, but he will be soon. So we're going to structure this in short presentations, about 15-20 minutes from each of the guest speakers. And after that, we will have a round of questions and answers. So I would like to request from you to turn off the video unless you are a guest speaker. So this goes more fluently. And once we are in the questions and answers part, we will turn on the video again. So enough for me now, and I will just leave this with Rodolfo for now. So Rodolfo, you're up.
Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Okay, what was my speech was to talk about the companies in the 21st century.
Sorry to interrupt you, Rodolfo. Do you need the screen?
Sorry?
Do you need to share your screen?
No, not at all. I'm just going to have a chat, explain the concepts that I want to clear, and then allow people to ask me what they want, okay? I haven't prepared a presentation. I mean, I have several, but I don't think in an environment like this one, I think it's much better if I just give you the general ideas and then let people ask. I mean, I won't do a presentation of 10-15 minutes. I'll do a shorter presentation, and I will explain why I think that there has been a very important change in between what the 20th century was and what is the 21st century. And I think what has happened now with the coronavirus is really something that has changed a lot of the things that we had in the past. I mean, if you look at what we had in the case of, you see, I have a new security thing that is keeping me on telling all the time that there is someone trying to get in. Every time that you get a new one in, I have to tell that it's okay with me. That's the reason why I keep on looking at that. No?
Sorry. Maybe Zoom updated the security settings, and that's why.
Yeah, I have settled an antivirus because I mean I've been told that Zoom is not very secure, and I have now a security thing, but I have to be careful about that. Well, anyway, now that things are going on, let me explain what are the main difference in between what a company was in the 20th century and in the 21st. I mean, what has happened? What are the things that have completely changed, and why there are so many people that today they don't understand why everything has changed. Now, in the past 20th century, we had large corporations. They were very physical in what they did, and they had very good planning of staff, and they did 5 years planning. So it was a time where people thought they knew what was coming. Now the 21st century is completely different. It's chaotic. You never know what's going to happen. I mean, obviously someone like the virus, like the pandemia that we have now is something specific that no one has thought about. But the main difference is that the companies have had to move into a very insecure environment where they have to be able to manage chaotic environments, and where they have to be in a situation where, as was told already from one of the editors of Business.0, Kelly, he said at the very beginning, in the internet era, you have to look at the businesses that are free. I mean, the free businesses end up owning the world. I mean, if you look at the large companies of the 21st century, you look at Amazon, if you look at Facebook, any one of those companies that are now very valuable, that have a lot of cash, that are growing, what are the things that they have invented that are completely 21st century and have nothing to do with what was there in the past century? Now, let me explain a few of those things. The first one is they have invented something that is called a beta. A beta is something that you do, and because it's a test and it's beta, people understand that it's not well done and that you can be not very professional with it. And with that beta approach, you get first 100, then 1,000, and then million of people helping you for free. So one of the characteristics of this century is that you have to be able to engage your customers and allow your customers to do 80, 90, 95% of everything that needs to be done without talking to you online. And this is something that never happened before. And we need to understand that. So there is the opportunity by launching businesses that are still beta, ask the people to contribute for free. And you get a lot of contributors for free. And all these companies that have been so successful is because at the end of the day, they have done something that is the other part that is very, very specific of this century, which is the self-service. I mean, you should be able to get into an environment, of a company environment, and do whatever you want, whatever you need, without talking to anyone. And that requires obviously very flexible software, very user-friendly software, but what it allows is that you do everything. So at the end of the day, what you happen is you have businesses like Facebook and all that that are for free, and they get money for third parties using your own understanding of what you do within their environment. And those are more and more the businesses of the 21st century. And until the people of the 20th century do not understand that, we are going to see very large corporations come down because they cannot compete. They cannot be profitable if they have to do 80 or 90% of their businesses themselves with their own people, because they are not competitive enough. You need to be able to do it by getting the customer to get inside and do that for yourself for free. And then you have to negotiate with them, what are you going to give in exchange? And that changes from an environment to the next. But one of the things that is very important is that people understand that things are completely changing. I mean, for instance, today, I mean, I have a consultancy, I do it online. My customers have me on their WhatsApp, and I get questions on a daily basis, 3, 4, 5 times, small questions and rapid answers. And this is a wall that is now on us, that before the coronavirus was slowly coming through, very slowly, because many people try to strengthen the past, and they didn't want to go to the new way of doing things. But now the coronavirus had completely changed everything. So what's happened is that we have probably accelerated the development of the online business of the 21st century businesses, at least on a decade, or at least 5 years, because of the coronavirus. So things are going to change very rapidly. And I'm now open to talk to every one of you and ask whatever questions you have. Miguel Ángel.
Okay, so thank you, Rodolfo. If anyone has any questions now, please raise your hand through the app so I can unmute you and you can ask questions now. Otherwise, you can just wait until the end and we will make the questions there.
It seems it was too clear.
It seems so. We have Alvaro here. Alvaro.
Oskar wants to ask something, Miguel.
Oh, okay. I saw Alvaro from, well, maybe Alvaro or Oskar. Let's start with Oskar.
Hello, everyone. Sorry, Miguel Angel, but I didn't find the option on how to raise my hand, so that's why I prompted the message on the chat.
Okay.
I'll try to find it next time. Yeah, I mean, it's very interesting, Rodolfo. Thank you very much for your analysis, because it's something that ourselves, I mean, we have a consultancy company for energy, or mostly oil and gas companies at the moment, and we're at that point in which we are dividing our services between like consultancy services and trying to develop new products on artificial intelligence, etc., etc. We're at that point in which we think how we can put those product that new product forward in the market in a way that we don't end up competing with the giant of the industry. And what the point I'm trying to make is like that trend that you just described about putting products out there which are free or nearly free, and your users are doing 80–90% of the work. Do you see it also happening with more basic commodities, like it could be oil and gas related things, it could be energy, it could be even, I don't know, your daily bread type of thing? Or is it something more related into the new technology side? Do you think, do you see that trend generalized to every single sector of the market, or is more into the new technologies?
No, I think that it's going to happen everywhere. The only thing is the timing. Obviously, if you're in a classic industry, oil and gas is very traditional. You're not going to be able to put oil online. Yeah. And you're not going to be doing very specific things online. But you're going to migrate to online a lot of the services that you do. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I know that there is already at this moment in time, for instance, in your, and I'm not very familiar with your industry, but I know something that, for instance, there are companies in the US that have created a database of trillions of information about oil and gas exploration. And they have satellites linked to that, and they're able to give you an answer before an engineering study on site that is 95% perfect. So it means that a lot of the things that you were doing inside or on site are going to be replaced by understanding big data that are generated through satellites and all that, and you will be able to get a lot of the consultancies that you do will be done online.
Yeah, okay, got you, thank you.
So thank you very much, Oskar, for your question. Now, Alvaro.
Yeah.
You're up.
Yeah.
Hi, Alvaro.
Hi. Hi, Rodolfo. Thank you for your chat. It was very insightful. And I would like to know your opinion about one topic you put on the table. You said that there were a lot of changes, and I have the feeling, and I want to know your opinion about, in the past, the society made the changes, but now I feel that the changes are making the society. So these circumstances like the COVID or other circumstances are making the society to change. So in order to adapt to this new environment, how we could do it, because when the society changes the things, is easier. You adapt to the society, but when the circumstances change continuously the society, how to manage these situations? Thank you.
You need to learn to manage chaos. We're in a chaotic time, and we need to be able to have solutions that can be implemented in short time and adapted to the new era. What it means is that all these very heavy instruments that take forever to change will disappear. And you will start seeing people that can make changes on a daily basis. And companies that are very flexible will survive. Companies that are very static will not be able to adapt.
Okay, so thank you, Rodolfo. I think we should move now to the next guest speaker. And in the end, we are going to have another round of questions and answers. So any more questions, we can forward to you. Thank you, Rodolfo.
Thank you.
So now it's a turn for Andrew Hughes, who is going to speak about innovation and funding in times of crisis. So Andrew, your turn, you're up. I don't know if you need to share your screen.
Yeah, I'm going to try and share my screen.
Okay, I'll make you a host.
You say the nicest things.
Yes. You should be now able to share the screen.
Right, I'm just trying to share now. Try again. Nothing?
No.
I'm pressing the share screen button and...
Then you have to select what you want to share. Maybe it's that.
Andrew, you then have to share, you have to again press on which screen you want to share and then press again on share.
Yeah, that's not working. I've got my screen up with the presentation. Share screen. Let's have a look. Nope, doesn't want to do it.
You like bullfighting?
Yeah.
Maybe if it's not too heavy, you can just send it through WhatsApp to me, and I will share the screen.
Oh, no, there should be a way around this to do this right now. So okay, so I've selected the right pieces, I think. Microsoft PowerPoint, unknown, share. Allow Zoom to share your screen. Open screen preferences. Oh, what a complicated thing is this.
Maybe with the updates they did, everything get more complicated.
Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, it's asking me to leave the meeting. Why is this not working, guys?
I don't know, because I gave you the host and role, so you are a host here, and you should be able to do it.
But it's not necessary to actually be host to share screen.
Not normally, no. So there's something very clearly wrong.
Now you see why I didn't have a presentation, huh?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's going to be okay. Well, look, I don't know what to do, guys. I want to share the screen.
Do you want to send me the presentation? I'll put in line to you.
Okay.
Sorry for this, everyone.
Yeah, I'm very sorry, guys. If you want to carry on with someone who hasn't got a deck, then why don't we do that?
Okay, maybe I'll let Sascha go, and then we come back to you, Andrew.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So, Sascha, you're up. Your presentation is from the idea to seed funding. How do I get there? So, all yours.
Okay, so I'll help you out, Andrew, and you invite me later on for a drink, and you keep on working with your technology. So, yeah, hello to all of you. My name is Sascha Badelt. Andrew, could you mute? Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. So, yeah, in the first place, I'm an entrepreneur. My business, basically what I'm saying now, what I'm doing mostly is being a business angel. I will explain you later on what my definition of business angel is. But just a little bit about myself. I started as a manager, as a business consultant, came here to Spain in 2001 from Germany, started to build up my own company. And once the company was quite successful and I had quite a lot of cash flow, I started to build up some other companies. And once I had participations in 4 or 5 companies, me and my partner, we thought about building up a structure around it, which we called venture builder. Basically, what we tried to do there was building up companies, building up products in an industrial way, very fast, by trying new things out, testing them, and either throwing them away or making a product out of them. That was our idea of a venture builder, basically building up MVPs, minimal viable products, in an industrial way. Later on, I started to work closely with the IE Business School. They started a program which they call Investor in Residence. It's a program that they have in the US, in some universities, in MIT and Harvard, basically where you have investors on campus that help projects that come out of the ecosystem of the university to find financing. That was my first role there, but then soon I started to basically help these projects in the IE Business School to structure themselves to be financeable. Because what I think in this stage, in this early stage, and I will come back to that, you don't really need financing, you need other things before that. The IE Business School started a very successful project, which is called Venture Lab, where they incubate projects coming out of the master's program, the MBA, but also out of the ecosystem around that ecosystem, meaning investors, alumni, corporates, and so projects can apply for the Venture Lab, and they are incubated in the IE Business School. Once I had quite a lot of experience what startups in the very